Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Make sure you hit the likety like button on the way in. Hoo-wee! Come one, come all, come into the chat, including you Tyler Perry fanatic stands that feel like everybody's hating on him when they have something to say that is not kissing his butt. Come one, come all, baby. So yeah, Tyler Perry allegedly been trying to take the Boondocks bussy for a very long time. Yes. He has allegedly. Are we shocked? Are we really shocked? Yeah, I don't know. No. And here's why. One, we all know a man by the name of Christian Keys who came out last year, if I'm not mistaken, and told his story. Now, apparently, all of the Tyler Perry stans are saying, well, he said it wasn't Tyler Perry. Well, I'm sure he said that after the check cleared, allegedly. Okay. From my understanding, rumor has it, the only reason why he came out with that in the first place is because apparently, allegedly, Christian Keys created the show All the Queen's Men. Okay, that is actually his show that apparently he came to Tyler Perry about and several other people to get produced. Okay. Allegedly, Tyler Perry is the one who actually decided to produce it, probably with some strings attached, maybe allegedly. And allegedly, Tyler Perry was trying to take ownership from under Christian Keys. Apparently, that's allegedly what happened. And that's why Christian Keys came out with what he came out with, because that was, I guess, his way of pretty much saying, you try me or else. You try me or else. Like, if you try me and you take my stuff away from me, I'm about to expose a lot of stuff. So, because interesting enough, he said what he said, and then all of a sudden he disappeared. We didn't hear from Christian Keys again, right? You know, he claimed that he could go to the police if he could. He had recordings. He said apparently this person had a very distinct voice. We clearly would know who that is. But he disappeared. So everyone assumed that, yeah, this was a way to be comfortable. And apparently, allegedly, he's still working with Tyler Perry. All right. He's still working with Tyler Perry. So here comes Derek Dixon. Okay. And let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Derek Dixon has the complexion for protection. And I think he knows that, of course, he has the complexion for protection. But, baby, he did everything right. Okay. He filed an EEO complaint. He has receipts on top of receipts. And based on what I have seen with what Tyler Perry's representatives have said, they're just pretty much saying it's a scam, it's a scheme set up by Todd, and how this person pretty much tried whatever they could do to sit up there and get close to Tyler and pretty much try to set him up. That's what they're alleging with their statement. At least that's what it looks like to me. Y'all let me know if it looks like that to you. That he literally, hey Danielle, hey Hankin, y'all know how I run my mouth. Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. But they're pretty much saying, yeah, he got close to Tyler and this is all a scam. But one thing that I did not see in that statement is them saying that this was a lie. Did y'all see that? Y'all let me know if y'all see it. Did y'all see that he literally or someone said this is not true? Or are they saying that he was just pretty much setting Tyler up? But the reality is, did Tyler say that he want biscuits and BJ's? Did Tyler say something to the effect of, I would F you? Did he say it? Because if he said it, honey, we got a problem. And I would say that this man may actually, in fact, have a case. And apparently, allegedly, let the big time gossip bloggers of the world tell it, he ain't the only one. So it'll be very interesting who decides to come out or who gets exposed in the process. Now, the reality is this. One could say, oh, they're trying to take the black man down. Yes, we have heard this time and time again when it comes to Diddy, when it comes to Tyler. Yeah, we can hear that all day long. But the reality is this. Every situation is not because they're black. Okay. We have also had the Jeffrey Epsteins, the Harvey Weinsteins. I would say a little bit of everybody has been taken down lately. I think that the reason why we are so close to the whole Tyler and Diddy situation is that if you are into black culture, if you're into hip hop and things like that, then naturally you're looking more into that area because that's what you are attracted to. That's the music you listen to. Those are the movies and the TV shows you look at. But I don't think this is necessarily an attack on Tyler Perry as far as because he's a black man. People are trying to say because of his movie on Netflix, because it's the number one movie on Netflix. Now, I don't know if it's true if it's the number one movie on Netflix ever, but apparently it's doing really good numbers. They're saying because of that and because he's black, they're trying to take him down. That makes no sense. Okay? It makes no sense. You know why it doesn't make any sense? Because at the end of the day, Netflix is making a lot of money off of Tyler Perry. Let's be clear. He has a deal with Netflix. Understand that in those deals, trust and believe Netflix is going to make more money than Tyler Perry will make off of it. So they don't care. At the end of the day, they're like, shoot, yes, be the number one movie. I could care less. I couldn't care less. I'm sorry. Let me use proper grammar. I couldn't care less because I'm going to make money off of you. So that doesn't make any sense either. I think some people just need to accept that there are some various devious people in this world. Period. And the problem is, y'all want to know what I think? You know what I think the problem is? I'm going to just say it. I blame the black church. Yes, I said it. I blame the black church. Child, and you got some people talking about he didn't do it. I'm like, who did it then? Madea? Did Madea do it? Did his alter ego do it? You know, like Sasha Fierce versus Beyonce. Like, is this an alter ego thing? Let me tell y'all something. And it's not everybody in the black church. It's not. But we're not going to pretend that Tyler Perry did not make his millions and really like a big bulk of his money by doing the church plays and people after church making their way to his plays. He got rich. He became wealthy off of those plays by people who were in the black church. Am I right or am I wrong? And the problem is that when it comes to people in the black church, when they feel like they are entertained and someone is willing to say hallelujah, glory in a song or in a play, they automatically think that person is saved and sanctified, and you can't say nothing about that person. When in reality, people need to understand there are actual Christians who make Christian work. And then you got people out there who are not Christians, who are actual heathens and demonic folks who just know how to make money off of church people. There's a difference. Because even the devil know the Bible. Let me repeat myself. Even the devil knows the Bible. Now, the reality is, I don't necessarily know 100% sure exactly what Tyler Perry's faith is. He, I guess, claims to be Christian, but I don't know. What I do know is that there have been a lot of concerning things about him for a very long time. Okay. From him hiding what his real preferences are. People have been exposing that for years, especially people who allegedly knew him from back in the day in Atlanta in the early 90s. Allegedly, and I've showed you guys in actual videos before that there were people accusing Tyler Perry of stealing their work, that he's been accused allegedly of stealing people's scripts and things like that. We can't keep saying that people are just hating on Tyler Perry. We can't keep saying that people are just hating on Diddy. Sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. Period. Even with them being billionaires or multimillionaires. Now, interesting enough, Christian Key's story and this guy's story kind of align. They're kind of very similar. Going to his house, apparently, you know what I'm saying, having a conversation, next thing you know, getting super drunk. Okay. And then all of a sudden, things start happening. And it seems to me, based off of this lawsuit, Tyler Perry is coming off like he drinks a lot. Now, I ain't saying he got a problem, but it seemed like when he started drinking, things start happening. Talking about biscuits and BJs and all of this type of stuff. Make sure y'all hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. Not to mention, the fact that they mentioned one part in the actual lawsuit that apparently he ended up getting really aggressive allegedly with Derek at one point and said, do you want me to like hit you in the stomach so you can kind of make the facial expressions or whatever I need for you to, you know, get the acting role down the way that I want it type of thing. Like, first of all, you could tell that he is it comes off in these text messages and everything else. Again, if it is him, that he's very controlling, very manipulative, very dark, likes to play the victim a lot as far as, you know, this is a dark-sided Virgo like a mofo. Literally likes to play victim a lot. Oh, no one ever does anything for me. I always help people and people aren't there for me. People don't help me. It's like blah, blah, blah. But, you know, he definitely comes off like he drinks a little too much. Don't forget about him laying hands on TD Jakes. He made a huge donation to the Potter House. I did that in one of my other videos. And then all of a sudden started speaking in so-called tongues, laying hands on TD Jakes and TD Jakes passing out. Child, the theatrics. But at the end of the day, I say all of this to say, before I continue to ramble on, damn it, they called it years ago. I said what I said. The Boondocks called this years ago. Did they not? They called it years ago. They literally said this stuff was going on. And what's so interesting is that when you hear the reference in the lawsuit that, do you want me to like punch you in the stomach so you can make the facial expressions or whatever that I need for this scene? If y'all remember in the Boondocks, if y'all remember that episode, because I remember it very well, when he said, do you want me to put something in your mouth to make you frown? Remember when he said that? I don't know if y'all remember that part, but he was like, do you want me to put something in your mouth to make you frown? Kind of scary that this guy said something that's kind of similar to what the Boondocks said. In my personal opinion, somebody gave and tipped the Boondocks writers off. I think, in my opinion, they tipped the Boondocks writers off of what was going on in that TP camp, allegedly. And they decided to just put it out there, which is why Tyler Perry was so mad because, one thing about a narcissist, honey, they do not want to not be in control of their own narrative. They don't want to be exposed. They're going to do everything they can to sit up there and make sure that they control every aspect of it. And if you notice, when that Tyler Perry episode came out, because first of all, I loved the Boondocks, but when that Tyler Perry episode came out, next thing you know, the Boondocks was no longer. I think they attempted to come back, but the Boondocks was no longer. But let's be clear. Oh my gosh, Danielle, you need to watch the Boondocks. You have to watch this episode also of the Boondocks. I promise you have to watch the Boondocks. Watch the Boondocks and find the Boondocks Tyler Perry episode. I don't know if it's on YouTube, but I'm sure you can find it. When I tell you I love the Boondocks, I have every season, every single season. When I tell you that is a golden gem, you just don't even understand. You do not even understand. Thank you. Hey, April, the Boondocks was that show. It was that show. And they exposed Tyler Perry back then. And Tyler Perry allegedly got so peed off, he went to TBS, he went to the network to shut it down. Okay, it is on YouTube. Okay, then yes. Girl, the Simpsons have been on since we was kids. You can't say you a Simpsons girly. Like the Boondocks was only on for a couple of years. I was a Simpsons girl too, but the Boondocks is the Simpsons to me for Black folks. The Boondocks is like the Simpsons to me on steroids for Black folks. Like when I tell you from that, the Tyler Perry episode, the R. Kelly episode, the Martin Luther King episode, the Down Low Rapper episode, when I tell you they brought it on the Boondocks, they brought it on the Boondocks. But they're the first ones to expose it. They were the first one to expose it. They were the first ones to actually expose the fact that apparently, allegedly, Tyler Perry will recruit certain guys just to try to allegedly get into their pants. Okay? Literally, in that last scene at the end, when he was trying to get Granddad, yeah, so they exposed the heck out of Tyler Perry. Now, again, all for entertainment purposes. No one can really say for sure if it's true or not. But what I do know is how you sometimes respond to certain things says a lot. And apparently, Tyler Perry's in the background scorching the earth about this episode. But with that being said, honey, let me see. Oh my gosh. So one is saying Tyler Perry's being set up. The other one is saying he's not being set up. I don't know about this setup, y'all. I don't know. And here's the thing. If he is being set up, I would say a Tyler Perry, who is apparently a billionaire, should have more common sense to not sit up there and literally have those type of text messages where they can literally look like SA because you're talking to an employee of yours. An employee. I would think that he would have enough sense not to do that. But again, a narcissist doesn't think that they will ever get exposed. So maybe, just maybe, he just thought no one would ever do anything because he has the controls, the means, and the powers to shut stuff down if he needs to, because maybe he has done it before. So he thought as many times that he gotten over, why would it be any different now? Like a Diddy situation. He should just come out the closet. Now, you know what's interesting about that, April? I want to say that coming out of the closet will resolve all of this, right? Like I want to say that, but I don't think that is the case. I really don't think that's the case. And here's why. I feel like in this situation, this is simply about him wanting control. So whether it is him coming out of the closet or not, there is something very dark and sinister about the way these things are described. Now, again, I don't know if this is true or not, but the way they have been described, and as far as the information is concerned, it's something about a control factor and take an advantage factor in this situation that to me turns him on. You see what I mean? Like, it's so to me, I feel like even if he was out, he would still have this type of sadistic type of, I got to do it this way and try to, control the situation. I feel like that's just something that he has in him. And he may have a thing about trying to turn straight men out. Now, of course, if any of them took the bait, they ain't straight in my opinion. But he may have that type of thing where that's what he likes to do. So I don't know if him coming out the quote unquote closet will really fix the situation. I really, really don't. You know what I'm saying? So that would be quite interesting if you guys feel that way. But I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like that's just who Tyler Perry is, even if he was out. Like that would be his thing, his fetish. Like, especially when they keep saying that it's coming across that every time he has done these things, at least based off of what I was reading as far as the legal document is concerned, that he had liquor in his system, allegedly. Now, he could have been pretending and faking, but that he has some, alcohol in his system. But, alcohol can bring out a lot of different spirits and demons. You know what I mean? Yes, make sure you hit the likety-like button. Alcohol can bring on a lot of spirits and demons. And for whatever reason, anytime that he was on the drunkety drunk side, apparently he would sit up there and contact this guy and even sometimes be demanding about, like, are you up? Wake up and, talk to me, or who are you with? Like, just very possessive. Very possessive. To the point where this guy said he walked away from the Oval. And he was apparently making anywhere between $10,000 to $16,000 an episode, which I believe Tyler Perry shows run like almost a soap opera. So I'm going to assume they had at least 20-something episodes. That's pretty good money for a horrible show. I mean, you got better shows out there, and I don't think a lot of people probably get paid that much, but at the same time, he got paid that much. But that just shows you if he actually walked away from the show, if he walked away from it, you know what I mean? Or if he actually got fired from the show because of the lack of wanting to, have those advances, or Tyler afraid that he was going to expose it. That's a situation in the case too. Now, I watched the Oval, and old boy was terrible. Child, because he didn't want him from acting, allegedly. Acting wasn't the reason why he was there. So, I mean, I don't know what people expected from this guy. I mean, he's a handsome guy now. He's handsome. Definitely one thing about Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry got a type. He liked pretty boys. He liked boys that don't look like him. He liked pretty boys, whether they white boys, whether they chocolate boys, whether they, light skin. He likes them a certain look. When you really think about it, this is like a white boy version of Christian Keys. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely has a type. And all of these guys who have said something, or all of these guys that these gossip blogs or alleging things have possibly happened, or Tyler was attempting to try certain guys, they all are like pretty boys. They're pretty boys. You know what I'm saying? They're straight up pretty boys. So yeah, he filed an EEOC complaint a year ago. So I believe that. See, April, and see, that's when you know somebody is trying to do things the legal and right way. When you start filing EEOCs, You're not playing games with people. You're serious. So again, if he allegedly is trying to set, you know what I'm saying, Tyler Perry up, he did a phenomenal job doing it the right way. I mean, look, at the end of the day, he did a phenomenal job doing it the right way. He used him in Ruthless too. Yeah, apparently that's how he got his start. He apparently said he just found him, I think it was at an event or something, and literally said, oh yeah, let's exchange numbers. I have a role for you. Don't that sound like some casting couch stuff for that? Are you casting couch for show? I got a role for you. I bet you do. I bet you do. And again, he comes off that he said like Tyler wants someone dependent on him, needing him. Such a narcissist, trying to control every aspect of the situation. I don't know, y'all, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't going for it. Like, I honestly, like I said to you guys, I don't put anything past anyone. And considering the fact that Christian Keys came out with this a year ago, I do not care that Christian Keys claimed later on it wasn't Tyler Perry. Apparently, Tyler Perry stands for saying he said that later. If he really wanted to clear Tyler Perry's name, when he first came out with those allegations, he would have said it wasn't Tyler Perry from the jump, but he didn't. He wanted everybody to play the guessing game. He wanted everybody to assume who everybody assumed it was, and clearly for a reason. And even the Funky Dinevas and people like that was like, who y'all assuming it? That's who it is. So yeah, of course he's gonna sit up there and say that now. Apparently, allegedly, he got hush money. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up at this point. If everything is good and my show is back in my hands and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, Christian Keys didn't file an EEOC. He didn't file an EEOC. So, but this guy did. He really, really did. And he has a lot of text messages. And again, Tyler Perry's attorney is not saying this is not true. That I'm not reading that from them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm reading that it was a setup, it was a scheme, and he got close to Tyler Perry to pretty much set him up. Not that those text messages didn't come from Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, so that's why I was like, ooh, well, y'all ain't necessarily denying it. I mean, but how can you deny when, Tyler Perry sent him a picture in the ocean, allegedly? Tyler Perry, how can you say it's not you? I would F you, biscuits and BJs. So, but this is what Matthew Boyd said. This is Tyler's attorney. This is an individual who got close to Tyler Perry for what now appears to be nothing more than setting up a scam. But Tyler Perry will not be shaken down, and we are confident these fabricated claims of harassment will fail. He did not say he did not send those text messages. He didn't say that. So at the end of the day, why do y'all believe it's another takedown because they're black? Like, what is the reason that every situation when it comes to celebrities, it has to be a takedown? And maybe, just maybe, these people are devious and they're finally getting exposed for what they're actually doing. Could it just be that? Now, again, I'm not going to say that the system is not set up for it to be rigged or whatever the case may be. But let's be clear. I feel like a lot of these people have gotten where they are because of the things that they have been willing to do to people and the things that the shady stuff they have done. But it's like, why is it that in the Diddy situation, a Tyler situation, a Jay-Z situation, it always has to be a setup? and it has to be that someone's trying to take them down. But with Harvey Weinstein and Jeff Epstein, it wasn't a setup. They got what they deserve. He works with Oprah, and Oprah has been rather crappy to Michael Jackson and Monique using people type of behavior. Like, I just feel like at the end of the day, a part of me does like maybe they know too much about the rich people. I think Harvey is the only white person getting held accountable. The only reason why Jeff Epstein wasn't held accountable because he's no longer with us. But he was about to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? But he's no longer with us now. So because he's no longer with us, you know what I mean? Like, he can't be held accountable. But it seems like it's all cool when the money is building. Once they done cash out, then it's takedown time. Well, here's the problem though. If that's the case, why aren't they smart enough to see? See, my thing is, if we have seen this so many times, with our celebrities who look like us, why aren't they smart enough to move accordingly? If every single, now I do believe there are certain people who definitely got a takedown situation strictly because of their power and what they were doing. Like, I feel like Michael Jackson, definitely, because that man owned half of like Sony Music. You know what I'm saying? Like, that man owned things that they did not want any black man to own. So to me, it made perfect sense for them to try to shake down, take down, and do all stuff, and for people to have that mentality when it came to him. Same thing with Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand those two, but I can't understand Diddy. I can't even understand Tyler Perry, because people have been saying for years, decades, that Tyler Perry is allegedly gay. But there's a difference between being gay and there's a difference between being devious like they are alleging in this situation. So my thing is, yes, make sure you hit the likety like button. Make sure you hit the likety like button. So yeah, for me, like, and again, for Diddy, maybe some of this stuff is not true, but anybody who has discernment and can feel vibes, Diddy's never been right with me. He's never been right with me. There's just certain people you just feel energy off of, and I don't care how much they entertain. I don't care how much they do stuff on the stage. I don't care how much, you know what I'm saying, they can provide entertainment on TV or on movies. There's just a certain vibe that you get from people, and you be like, something's not right. Something's not right. Now, the reality is there has been a lot of stuff that Tyler Perry has been accused of, and not just on this type of tip like Christian Keys said, but again, taking, people's work, apparently taking people's scripts. Like, this man, I always say, you claiming that you're a billionaire and you're in billionaire status, you have exploited someone or probably done someone dirty. And usually if you're dealing with someone in black billionaire status, then typically the ones that they've exploited look like them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. With that, let me see. Hey, and they still play Diddy's produced mixes at the gym, Cassie's song, and Danity Kane. Yeah, they don't care at the gym. I'm sure a lot of the gyms still play R. Kelly. Like that, there will be no moral compass of any sort in any, you know what I'm saying, of these establishments. They just want people to have music playing while they working out. I never heard anything about Tyler Perry. Well, I didn't know he was taking other people's work. I also agree to a billionaire took advantage of others more than a millionaire. Yeah, there's information now. Of course, it's few far in between because I feel like certain things have been erased, but I have a video. If you go back, I can't remember. I want to say it was over a year ago. of information I found about Tyler Perry being sued, allegedly taking people's work. He had got sued from the writers. They hadn't filed a complaint with the Writers Guild because of the writers who were originally writers on House of Pain. As soon as they realized that they should have been like union protected writers and how much money they could have received if they were union writers, as soon as they actually wanted to stand up for their rights, apparently, allegedly, Tyler Perry fired them. So yeah, like there's some stuff out there about him where this man can get really down and dirty when it comes to business, and clearly, allegedly, really down and dirty based off of this lawsuit. When he wants what he wants, he gets a little vicious. You know what I'm saying? He gets a little vicious and demanding it, and kind of feel like he can just take it. You notice that? Because apparently let this Derek man say it, he was trying to take it. And allegedly some of these writers and other people in the industry have also said that Tyler Perry be trying to take it or does take it. They said that too, allegedly with Lance, allegedly. And he tried to make advances with Lance, but Lance wasn't going for it. Hey, Kashari, I didn't even see you. And hey, is it cute? Is it cutesy? Queetsy? I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry, honey. I think I've seen you before in here, but is it Cuity? Cuity? Random question. What happened to Tyler's baby? Didn't he have a I ain't not a I ain't gay baby? Apparently he has a son. Apparently he has a son, and we, of course, but naturally I could see him not wanting to show his son for privacy reasons and for his son to actually have some normalcy in his life. But apparently he had a son by this woman who apparently was his fiance. I don't even know if anybody actually believed that. But yeah, apparently he has a son. He does have a son. But neither here or there for me. My thing is this. Sir, you have some controlling issues if all of this stuff is true. You have an obsession with control. And it's almost like it comes across with these legal documents that he loses his mind when he can't have that control. Very sick, very sadistic. And again, I blame the Black church. Probably because you got a lot of shady, sadistic folks in the Black church too. They literally made this man. They made this man famous off of these plays. Made him a multi-millionaire. Now they idolize him where Tyler can't do no wrong. Tyler can't do no wrong. Now, mind you, he was very faith-based in the beginning. Even when he first did his movie, it was very faith-based. Now, he done gone to a whole nother stratosphere of freakazoid. Oh, hey, retired troll. What's up? Thank you. Thank you for dropping the like. He has turned into another freakazoid. Come on in. Seriously. Haha, you're good. I haven't caught a live in a while. I finally did. I'm just curious if you get a good or bad vibe from Tyler Perry. I get a bad vibe. I like his shows and the fact that he does platform Black creators. What Black creators are you referring to, girl? Let's talk about it. What Black creatives is? See, the thing is, Tyler Perry is very smart in a sense of, I'm going to pay the actors well, because the actors who like to be in front of the camera anyways, they're going to be my mouthpiece on how well I treat them. Hence, if I treat them well, I must treat other people well. But it takes more than actors to make a show or a film. You need a writer. You need a director, and let him tell it. He does that consistently. Okay. You need camera people. You need a cinematographer. You need staff. You need a lot of people. And the reality is, you only hear, in my opinion, one side of someone saying how he pays really well, and that's the actors. You don't hear about anybody else saying how well he pays behind the scenes. So I guess actors, I might not know, to be honest, about everyone else. But that's the thing. See, the thing is, when you're really getting treated right, especially in an industry that already likes to take advantage of people because they know how badly people want, you know what I'm saying, to work in the industry, to showcase their art and things like that. If you're being treated right in already an industry that is pretty much trying to set you up for failure, people will scream it to the mountaintops. They will. They will scream it to the mountaintops about how well they're being treated as a cameraman, or how well they're being treated as an assistant, or how well they're being treated as a writer. You will hear those things. You only heard actors giving Tyler Perry props, and Tyler Perry giving him his own props as an alleged writer and a director. So I've never, and then of course, I don't know if you, again, go back to my videos about Tyler Perry back in the day. I showed pictures, I showed video. Miss Sophia from Atlanta, who was actually on an Atlanta radio show, actually has video about how, I don't know if Miss Sophia is proper pronoun. Miss Sophia is an actual character. The actual guy who plays it does actually say he is a man. But Miss Sophia is a character, and Miss Sophia is a gay man, and he used to play Miss Sophia in the gay clubs back in the day. And how Tyler Perry used to be in those clubs watching Miss Sophia do her act, and even, give Miss Sophia tips like, oh, you so funny, this and that and that. And apparently Miss Sophia, that character, Madea, was born, and he ended up taking Miss Sophia's style and everything else and making Madea. Allegedly. So again, my thing is, truly being about your community is also about helping other people create generational wealth, especially when you get to a point where your legacy is so solidified that all at this point you could do is to try to uplift others. Now, I can see when you're making your way up, you have to sometimes be very guarded and focus on that goal to do what you need to do to get to that certain point. But once you get to the point where Tyler Perry is, and you have your own studio, it is now the time to allow others to create generational wealth. Part of creating generational wealth is hiring people and making sure they have all the protections possible. There's a reason why they have these unions, Writers Guild, Directors Guild, because those people protect the writers and directors. They make sure they get a substantial amount of money. They can get health benefits and everything else. So then that way they can create their own type of wealth, or their own type of middle class. When you refuse to do those things and you just see them as disposable, and you don't care about investing in them and just hire them as contract workers, in a nutshell, what it comes off as, that you're just willing to take all of the money and you just kind of feed people crumbs. And like Cat Williams said perfectly, you have to be a gatekeeper if the only person who's really benefiting off of everything you're doing is you. Cat Williams, that's why I say Cat Williams, literally right now, Cat Williams' interview is still giving. It's still giving. If you are the only one who has been able to really go to another stratosphere, you're a gatekeeper who's trying to keep other people down. There are even Black women content creators that won't review his work because their speech and ideas would appear on his shows. Yeah, I've heard that too. That they say that he goes on there and apparently cop people stuff on like the YouTubes and stuff. And yeah, I've heard that allegedly. It's a crazy game out here. And here's the thing, he's not the only one. But why would they change when they have Stan-like culture and Stan-type people who will praise them regardless on even if they're stealing from people who allegedly may look like them? Because there's a difference between consumers and creators. Consumers and creators. Consumers, they just want to consume. They just want to be entertained. They don't care how it happens. They just want to be entertained. Creators, true creators, they respect other creators and they respect the lane, and they literally are about creating their own lane. But the reality is, I've always said, in my personal opinion, Tyler Perry to me is not an artist. He's not a creator. He's a businessman. You know what I'm saying? He's a businessman first. That's why allegedly there are no issues with him taking what he needs to take allegedly, because it's about business for him. I've never seen him as really a creator. I've never seen him as a creator or an artist. No, I didn't watch Straw. I absolutely didn't watch Straw. I told you I'm done with Tyler Perry stuff. I'm done with Tyler Perry stuff. Y'all thought I was playing. Like, I'm done. And I know people are saying, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I don't need to see another draining movie or show about the depression of Black women. I have enough of that in my own life. I got enough stress in my own life, just like I'm sure a lot of us got our own stress. We do not need a reminder of how much we could be at our last straw or our final breaking moment because of how hard it is as a Black woman. I don't need to be reminded of that. And I definitely don't need a Black man trying to tell me that. Why can't he do movies about Black men who are at their breaking point? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to tell Black women's story? You ain't a Black woman. Let a Black woman tell a story. And one thing about it is that, like I said with the Forever show, when you have Black women telling stories, they truly give you a good balance of, to me, Black women and Black men. A lot of times when you have Black men telling stories about Black women, it's every stereotype in the book, and I do not like it. Like, I do not like it. Like, at least when Black women are creating, they try to give a balance when it comes to the Black men and the Black women. But when it comes to these Black men, the stereotypes start coming. When it comes to Black women, it's just crazy to me. But yeah, I'm done with Tyler Perry stuff. And not to mention, every time I do talk about Tyler Perry stuff, people don't come to my channel to talk about. They don't, and I maybe because I ain't kissing his butt on his stuff, but yeah, I don't get a lot of views on Tyler Perry stuff. We'll see how many views I get on this, and y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. But I don't get a lot of views on this stuff, so I ain't wasting my time. The Netflix show is terrible. It just won't end. This is not Maxine's story. Yeah, some people said that they said they love Straw, and they said the writing was good, which also made me wonder. But I'ma shut my mouth. I'ma shut my mouth. Have you ever wondered someone who claims they write so much, and how 1 minute they can have a script that's allegedly, apparently really good, and then another script that's absolutely horrible? How is that even possible? Y'all think that's possible? One script can be really good, and then the next thing you put out is horrible. How do you have a up and down roller coaster like that being a writer who knows how to write? Sounds interesting, right? I don't know. I'm just talking out loud. I feel like he keeps writing his mother in different what if scenarios. Okay. I mean, look, like I told y'all, allegedly, I like Straw, but hated the ending. I ain't watching it. Hey, Candace. Hey, Shayla. I ain't watching it. I'm on a protest. Okay. I'm on a protest, especially after watching something so beautiful as Forever, and how it just like was so balanced, so beautiful. No show, no movie is going to be perfect. But when I tell you that Forever just gave me all the bells and whistles and the feelings of just great content, a balance of, both a young Black man, a young Black woman trying to navigate life in high school. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. So it's clear that, we can have those stories. We just ain't gonna get them from Tyler. Like, that's just what it is. Straw, I felt like actually had potential, but like always, he goes off the rails. It was literally for Color Girls. Oof. Ugh. Oh, then I definitely ain't watching that. If you comparing it to For Color Girls, absolutely not. No way. I need to watch that show. Candace, please watch it. It will give you all the feels of high school, your first love, your first everything. Definitely watch Forever. I highly recommend it. And y'all know I can definitely critique a movie or a TV show in a heartbeat, but I really didn't have anything bad to say about Forever. It was done beautiful. Like, it was really, really done. Like, I loved it. There's like nothing that just, I loved it. And it's gonna have a second season, so you may want to catch up before the second season comes out. But it was done. It was amazing. Amazing. I feel like some of his shows are like serials or soap operas, stereotypical and not the most fulfilling story. Yeah, and the reality is he's still gonna get paid because he has that cult following behind him. The cult following behind him is going to follow him wherever he goes. Child, that cult following them being on my channel. You're just hating. You're just mad. Okay. That's what you say. Child. Clearly, I don't want to be in Tyler Perry's shoes, especially now. And let me tell you something. All money ain't good money. It ain't. It ain't. I would rather have peace of mind to have all of that money and constantly be drinking and getting drunk, allegedly. Because based off of this legal document, I'm like, dang, how many times are you telling us that he be drinking a little too much? Sounds like to me someone may not be happy, but got a big old mansion in the hill and all of this power, but ain't happy. I heard it was pieces of John Q also. Yeah, I think when I saw the trailer, I felt like it was giving hints of John Q. But it ain't no John Q. I can tell you that right now. Because one thing about Denzel Washington, he know how to pick his scripts. He know how to pick solid scripts. That is one thing about that man that is like he is gonna take a good script and make it a great movie. But apparently, I still, again, you have some people said it was absolutely amazing, and maybe they felt like it was absolutely amazing because they felt the emotions of what it is to be like on your last mental breakdown or your last straw as a Black woman. And see, that's the manipulative part of it, is that Black women are out here struggling. So to see a Black woman on the screen struggling, that a Black woman's automatically going to relate to that no matter where they are in their life. They can have a PhD, be a doctor, or literally, driving a bus, a janitor. Every Black woman is going to definitely, it's hard out here as a Black woman. So any Black woman can relate to that. That's the manipulation of it all, to me. That you're going to take those emotions and then those emotions will ignore if the actual script is good or not. Yes, hit the like button. Remember to do that. Yes, because sorry, we talked about that earlier. Danielle has never watched the Boondocks, and I told her she needed to go watch it. And the first episode she need to watch is the Tyler Perry Boondock show. That's the first one she need to watch. I immediately thought John Q. But the Boondocks is the first ones to exploit it. Baby, when they said, this was the scene right here when they was like, it's all right to cross dress for Christ. I said, oh my gosh, they are singing a song Then he said, Danielle, you may want to plug your ears on this part. And then when he was sitting up there taking the fake breastises and swinging them around while he was singing a song in the Boondocks, baby, when I tell you, the Boondocks never missed a beat. They never missed a beat. And it got to the point, if I'm not mistaken, that if you ended up getting like the DVD after a certain point, I feel like they took the pause episode out. No, I said mute because I didn't want you to sit up there and hear it if you haven't seen the episode, because I was about to expose the episode on just a certain part. But I feel like if you didn't get the DVD, I think they took out the pause episode. Now, lucky for me, I got that sucker as soon as it came out. So if they did, but I feel like people were telling me when they tried to get the DVD collection of season 3, because it was season 3, the pause actual episode was out because it was called Pause. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh yeah, you talking about I put you on blast for not watching Boondocks? Well, yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, some of your black heart has been removed. It is what it is. It is what it is. But you can get it back. You can get it back. You just go on YouTube and watch the Boondocks episodes, girl, and enjoy yourself. And you will thank me later. Because when I tell you it was classic, it was classic. Regina King was playing the boys. We had John Witherspoon. We had Cat Williams, who played the pimp. So yeah, it was great. It was great. The exposure continues. No one is exempt in 25. Bring them out, baby. Let me tell you. But you know, the reality is they gonna have they cult-like following that's not gonna believe anything. They just trying to take him down. He is a man of God. A man of God, huh? Okay, and if y'all ain't really noticed, I don't know if y'all been on these YouTube streets and maybe be watching some of the Christian believers and stuff too. It's been a lot of so-called Christian leaders, Christian artists that's getting exposed left and right. I don't know if y'all been seeing that, but people been getting exposed left and right about if they truly in this for God or if they in it to make money, and they know the quickest way to make money is to use the church and God, which is why I said what I said. Just because someone knows the Bible, just because someone can say a verse, just because someone can, make a song using God does not mean that they truly are Christians. I mean, let's keep it real. You got a lot of gospel artists out there too that trust and believe they ain't really in it for the right reasons, but they just know how to make a good song and put God in it. You gotta be mindful about what you listen to as far as gospel music too. Child, literally, Kevin Hart clowned freaking Kirk Franklin at the BET Awards. Talking about all that gyrating and stuff he doing or whatever the case may be. Back in the day, you could never sit up there and talk about a gospel artist like that because it just wouldn't happen. But to me, Kevin Hart had every right to joke about Kirk Franklin like that, because what are you doing? You ain't MC Hammer. You ain't not like, what are you doing? Oh, let's not even talk about the gorilla winning the gospel. Look, it's a lot of stuff being exposed. That's just all I will have to say. Gorilla getting the gospel artist or gospel and Kirk Franklin actually, I think, bigging her up about it, or actually was happy. Like, cause she even said thank you to Kirk Franklin, if I'm not mistaken. And then some of the gospel artists who was complaining about it, I'm like, were you complaining about it because of the fact that she don't represent God, or you just mad because you wasn't up there? I don't know. I'm telling you, y'all, this is why I stay to myself or very in close proximity to people that I know who are like-minded like me. Because when I tell you things is just taking a shift, they taking a shift. And Tyler Perry, because apparently, allegedly, they was talking about a documentary was going to come out about surviving Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Apparently. Now, I don't know how true that was, but I wouldn't be shocked if others start coming out. Now, I know a lot of men are going to keep quiet because they don't want to be embarrassed, but I don't know. If they struggling or whatever the case may be, they may come out. They may come out. But I don't know, y'all, when it comes to this Tyler Perry situation, as much as I would like to say that it could be it could be a setup. It could be. But considering the fact that we heard this before by another person who just all of a sudden went silent and is still continuing to work in silence. I don't know. I don't put it past Tyler Perry. I'll just say that. I don't. And you know, it is what it is. I don't think he necessarily wants to take this to court. I don't think he wants to do that. So it may be in his best interest to just settle this like he allegedly has settled others. Because how does Christian Keys be on freaking IG for like almost an hour going through all of these different emotions and and I am so mad and oh my gosh, and try me. I've had recording devices on me, and then all of a sudden you don't went ghost and you ain't saying nothing. Yeah, where is Christian Keys now? Apparently, Christian Keys now is living life. Apparently, he living real nice now after that situation. So quite interesting, right? But the fact that this guy went to the EEOC, he's doing everything right. So we're gonna have to see. We're gonna see if all of a sudden he goes quiet too. But $260 million ain't nothing to 260 million. TP would be a fool to just settle this one because folks gonna keep falling from the sky and break the bank. True, because we seen that situation with Diddy, but it also depends. It also depends what this guy has on him. And again, there's a way that you can silence someone after they take their money and they don't ever speak on it again. I think the issue with the Cassie situation was one, like right after that, I think it was all in the news that they officially settled. Like it was out there that they officially settled. But then after that, of course, that video came out about him. So yeah, but I mean, if the walls could talk, I don't know if this is ever Tyler Perry's first time settling legal cases. I mean, let's just keep it a buck, especially dealing with somebody who has that type of money. He's probably dealt with settling stuff before. The problem is that this one has reached new heights. I don't even know if TMZ talked about Christian Keys. I don't even remember if TMZ covered Christian Keys, but they definitely covered this guy because he got the complexion for protection. So the fact that the TMZs and all of these major networks are talking about this guy, there's gonna have to be an answer to this. It's gonna be, honey, and I'm here for it. I would like to see what's gonna happen, okay? Ugh. Cat Williams. Every time this type of stuff comes out, this man talked about Diddy, he talked about Tyler Perry, and it's just coming out left and right. When I tell you that man, I'm sure every time this type of stuff happens, people go right back to Club Shay Shay, which interesting enough, Club Shay Shay done allegedly got exposed too. You see what I'm saying? And he literally kind of warned Shay Shay about that too, but I'm sure every time this stuff comes out, people go right back to that Cat Williams interview. I'm sure they do. Like, I'm sure they do. Someone really needs to do an interview with that man and do a recap about everything he said and what's currently happening now. But with that being said, you guys, let's continue the conversation going. Do you feel that Tyler Perry is being set up? Is he being set up? Or is there some truth to this? We need to have a serious conversation about this. Just keep it respectful. Based off of this and my poll, 67% of you guys are saying no, he's not being set up. He's not being set up. While 33%, you guys feel that he is being set up. But I definitely would like your opinions on this. But Boondocks, baby, y'all was storytellers and future tellers. I'll just say that, because it's quite interesting. Now, to play devil's advocate, one could say that Derek took this episode. He took this episode and used this for his case. One could say that, but at the same time, I don't know what all them dang on text messages. But with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for listening. But let's keep the conversation going on what you guys think about this and what is going to continue when it comes to this. Maybe this will humble Tyler Perry. Maybe this will humble him. If he's able to get out of this, maybe, just maybe, it will humble him. And he really needs to start doing right by people. Just maybe. And maybe at this point, just find you a man that's willing to just be with you and be private and don't need to be seen or whatever. But again, I don't think it has anything to do with him coming out. I think it's more about a control thing for him. There's something wrong there. If this is true, it's beyond just coming out that's going to satisfy him. There's something there. That's my opinion on it. I know it was season 3 and it's called Pause. That's what I do know. Apparently it's on YouTube though, but it's called Pause. But with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for listening, and let's continue the conversation below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.